Hi, traders. It's 11:06 EST. Time for Mike and me. So, Mike,
Yeah.
another day left to close the books on 2024. I want to do something a little different today. You know how people make New Year's resolutions every
Yeah.
year, and
Uh-huh.
most of them are broken.
Sure.
But I was thinking that maybe you and I talk about, and we've been doing this a long time,
Hmm.
that perhaps there are some things that we want to do better next year, and we make some resolutions to do it as we look back at maybe some of the screw ups that we made this year, and we all do. So, why don't we start with this? Is there anything that's top of mind for you, Mike,
Hmm.
to be better at trading next year?
Uh, yeah, is there anything? Yeah, sure. I want to be cleaner.
Okay, and what do you mean by that?
Uh, I want the trades to have more precision, meaning uh, if I'm committed to the position, I don't want to egregiously buy and sell. It's still you still have to be aware of prices. You know what I mean? Even if you're selling out your restaurant, you can't charge $100 a plate. You still have to adjust it. Maybe you can. My point is, I I trade sometimes 35 million shares a month, coach, or rotate literally $1 billion a year. Rotate. All right. What's 10 cents? Do
It's
10 cents.
big.
Okay, so
So
I
you're talking about better entries and better exits.
but I said my originally entry my original answer was cleaner,
Yeah.
meaning I want to what made me good sometimes makes me bad. I started as a day trader some 30 years ago, and still my greatest acumen, or one of them, is my timing and entry. We'll get to what I want to do better after that. It's the antithesis, by the way. But what made me better, I want to not get away. What was my best, if you will. Now, I'm not trying to beat algos. I'm not trying to look at here and beat pennies or anything. I wanted That's not really what I mean. I want to commit to what got me here in a better make my accentuate my positives to what got me here. Just go back to basics. What got me to here. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm in disarray. I'm not. I just want to work on that better. And as we said, the numbers that I do and the volume that I do, I mean, that adds up in a
Yeah.
big.
So your entries and exits are critical.
My exits
Um,
are poor because
okay.
it was derived from day trading. Sometimes my exits are it's when my entries are so good, and I'm like, whoa, I'm already up X and X amount, knowing that not look at the dollar amount at this stage in my career, having a
Okay.
plan to know where to enter and where to exit, so I don't, get skewed by some short.
That's a classic. People trade money instead of markets. They
That's right.
look at what they've made, they have monetary goals, and maybe the trade's offering them more, and they're shortchanging themselves. I'd like to share one that I
Please
want
do.
to do
Well,
better.
naturally.
I'm a pretty good forecaster. Otherwise, we wouldn't have people watching these videos. Okay. And what I want to be more patient about is it's okay if I don't catch the day of the turn, the week of the turn, that I wait for confirmation of my biases before I take action in the market, and that I will trade options for short term swings, but I'll never use them again for turning points.
Heck,
So I just okay. That was my mistake this year because
coach,
we had pretty good breaks. I was right the market, but the vehicle, because of time decay, just ended up being like you're like in the wind of decay all the time till you get to your target. So you could end up being right and still be wrong.
I can't stand. I can't
All
stand.
right. Well, anyway, so I had to get hit in the head with a ball peen hammer one more time to do it because I had sworn him off
Coach, I'll get hit in the head.
before, okay?
I'll get hit in the
10
head.
years ago.
No, I'll get hit in the head myself as well. It's just, there's nothing in my head anymore to really affect anything. but I'll get hit in the head. It's only a matter. Listen, it's not coach. Another cliche is it's not handle the winners. It's how you handle the losers. In my opinion, anybody could pick a winner. My wife goes to the racetrack. She picks the color of silk. She still wins 3 out of 10 races. Doesn't mean she knows. It's how you have to handle it. Another thing that I want to do is narrow down.
Your universe of stocks?
That's exactly correct.
Yeah, because Mike, I don't know how you do it.
I
I
have I
mean,
have query, coach. I don't look at 5,000 stocks and go like this. I have specific queries. For example,
that's right.
if I like the weather, I might be a weather junkie. I can't look at the weather in every single city, but I narrow down to the ones that I like, Asia, whatever. I want to see what it's so I'm narrowed down. I'm not, I don't have
Yeah, no, do you look at the temperature of North Beach every day?
no, no, because I get discouraged. You look at my temperature. You look at my temperature when you share a screen where it's on the bottom right. But I
Yeah.
choose it. I choose it myself. No, I'm not here at a duress. I could
All
live at
right.
one,
You have
including one of the main TradeView offices throughout the world.
yeah.
You know what, Coach? It's a time to. I'm glad you brought up the point. Listen, I can give you a trade. I can tell you I've been trading all morning. Go to the videos for this past week. You'll get what we've been doing. But you know what? This is more important. It's fundamentals. Like I say all the time, you have to know where you're sitting, know what you're doing. I'm going over. This is the type of year where I go over numbers, and you know what? I don't like doing it, but it's a necessary component. It's a business. It's not a video game. Thank God we have the best back office to where I don't have to micromanage and everybody puts everything in line for me. And I mean that naturally. I mean everything I say. I don't know why I would punt it. But you know what? I'm just getting back to know where you stand. Get yourself a TradeView demo. Uh, Sometimes we cover a lot of different financial instruments in the room. Coach is my commodity mentor, if you will. There's no surprise on what I do with stocks, a handful of options. It's really only what I do.
I'm
And it's
really surprised gold isn't making more hay out of this weaker yen. I mean, yen's really got smashed. It's putting
adding
in a
new
reversal right now.
adding
Huh?
to new mining.
Okay, so anyway, I think there's a big grapevine opportunity after, I think the dollar is turning here. It's something I forecasted. See, it was a great forecast from, all the way up here, short to this level. And now I'm looking for a dollar rally for about 2 to 4 weeks. And all the way back up here, it's going to retrace the whole deal here. So, also, what I'd like to pay
See, Coach,
more attention to are your option sweeps. You know what would be helpful to me
sure, please.
and to people that come into
Alexis?
our trading room
Yeah.
would be, instead of it being posted in chat, if there was a place to go to and use a filter like has to have big size and they have to buy time and post those sweeps so that people could have an idea of what might be good position trades.
Well, that's fine. Tell me what type of this. I mean, it's not. They don't put. There isn't an enormous amount of flow where I can't disseminate information between short and long. Give me the parameters, and I'll only post those parameters.
Okay,
Certainly,
but
guys.
not in main chat, somewhere on a page where it's static, so you don't have to scroll to find it.
Well, I don't know. It's a service that I pay for, and I highly doubt
Oh,
that you could. Uh,
okay. Just
that's
thought,
why we don't have my curated Twitter. All the Twitter feed people that I follow.
yeah,
That's why we cannot do that at the TradeView Market site because we're not allowed to curate another person's feed without either compensating.
I understand. Okay. All right. So
Just
anyway, that
listen, trust me as much as just trust me on. You know what I
I
mean?
will. I do. I
I know you
do.
do. I know you do.
Okay. So let's see. What else? I think everyone should look at what they did last year and review
You have to.
their stumbles and figure out why. Was it psychological because you were, you know, in a drawdown and you exacerbated that because of your psychology?
True.
Were you not waiting for signals to trade? Were you trading with mental stops because you didn't want to be stopped out? You put in a stop and then move it because cancel if close.
Coach, I
What's that? A
can't.
CIC stop.
I can't.
Cancel if close. And guys, I know this
Well,
because
cancel it close.
I've
You might
seen
as well
it. I've
just
done it.
cancel it close. You might as well sell right away.
Yeah,
99.9% of the time, cancel it close. We'll get hit that number. I guarantee.
yeah. I
And then
know.
it'll go. And by the way, and then it'll go back up or down, whatever.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're going to end up being picked off with stops every once in a while, and then the trade working.
Coach, but
So
I don't use stops. I
I
mean
know you don't.
I don't mean to sound obnoxious. I can't. I have size. I
Yeah.
might just get stopped out at 12,000 AMD. I'll get a dollar filled down.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Have you tried it? That's what used to
Well, I
happen. You
don't
mean
let it try.
even in a liquid stock,
Yeah,
they'll trade. Say you had a sell stop in AMD. Where's it trading here? Right now at 149. If you put a 48 sell stop in there right now, you'd get filled at 47 on 12,000 shares.
you'll get filled. Yeah, well, depending on the time of the day. But if you put that sell stop there, they know the stop is there. It's there. I mean, you can't put it right away. So they see that order pending and they'll make it to they'll take advantage of you the best they can, coach. I'm not complaining. That's why I don't
Okay.
do it.
All right.
Maybe
Yeah.
800.
By the way, Apple
Get
still
yourself a
looks.
trade view demo and do it. You'll
Yeah,
know.
Apple still looks heavy to me, even though it's bouncing. Um, so we'll see. And
Lewis said a brilliant statement. He's getting so smart. Can we just get the SPX 4800, break new highs, and then reverse? He's right. You know what I mean? Let everybody get in the pool on the low float holiday, low thin, the thin holiday
yeah,
week. Everybody, the VIX is pinned. The low floaters are flying. Gold,
yeah.
surprisingly, it's beautiful setup for a capitulation. I'm telling you, it's a ripe situation for a capitulation on a rinse. How about that?
Okay, above the old highs. So we
He's
came
right, Lewis.
close.
I'm looking for it. Yeah.
We were about I don't know, 9 handles away. The highs
Oh, there
back
the
here,
spaghetti indicator's back.
48.20 and to so far 48.01.
I know what Lewis is thinking. He's thinking for euphoric, the all-time high. The Dow CNBC's has the all-time Dow special, all-time highs, and then
Yeah.
as your Apple and Google. Where's Google, Coach?
Yeah. All
Where's
right.
Google?
And you know what? Lewis is I wonder if he noticed this. You see here when we topped in 21, 22, there was a little divergence between these two highs, but it was over 80. Look at the RSI reading at this new high.
But Coach, what
I
about if
mean,
we
it could
break
still
out?
go up, but
Well, if we do, you
that
better
is
watch out.
that's a glaring non-confirmation to me, man.
At the
Glaring.
at this moment, at this precise moment, correct. But if that RSI, just like when the financial conditions and the
Like
credit,
Apple, same thing. I mean, Apple's been diverging since COVID, since the rally off COVID, all this time. The last high here, oh, this is the monthly. Here's the weekly. It looks like it's trying to, well, the month's over anyway, but here's the weekly. So, look at this. Same thing's happening here. That's why it
why
was
don't
a
you? Coach,
struggle making money in Apple. I was right about Apple. Went to 165, but
no, you weren't right.
it took forever. It took forever,
You were
and the
very right.
options didn't pay.
Coach,
And
why don't you have volume on here?
I don't know.
Volume tells the story. My whole life is predicated upon those words. Volume tells the story. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe that red bar in Apple yesterday was huge volume, but huge volume. I mean, that's.
Oh, that was people selling what? Because they can't, sell their watches. There's some
But
patent
well,
deal
there was
going on.
watch. No, there was the watch release news yesterday. Touche.
Okay. Anyway, the point is last year when Apple came off 15, 20%, it was confirming. At this high, it's not. That's not a strong underpinning. I'm not saying it can't continue to blow, but that's not as strong as it was here. It's not as strong.
Anybody that would
That's what
argue that,
momentum's saying.
right? Everybody that would argue that would be ignorant, if you will. Uh, and I appreciate that. I want to make another notice on Coach's charts on anybody that's starting to learn or set up situations. Notice Dale has the 50-day, the 200-day, and the 9-day. The 50 and the 200-day is important to a chart as your brain and your heart is to your body. The 9-day is the equivalent, right, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 9-day is like oxygen. It's the short term It's what tells the story on the short term. Like makes you breathe throughout the day, in my opinion. That's the short term indicator. Lewis just complimented on your shirt, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I'm shiny today.
Shiny?
Yeah, it's kind of a shiny shirt,
All right, so
gray.
silk, probably
Yeah,
silk, probably Italian silk. If I know
yeah,
you better.
yeah.
AMD. Okay, so
My
silver.
rock star days.
Well, it must be a karaoke evening. It must be for that's what.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of great trades setting up next year. I
There
think
is a lot.
after,
If according to the CEO of TradeView, we're going to have our best year ever. And by the way, numbers don't lie. Certainly, by the way we're looking in relative strength, that's the way we are. The market is, opening more accounts than ever. The brokers are making, doing very, very well. TradeGATEHub, we now have Alexis full time under us to help us out, as well as the marketing team. So TGH going forward in 2024 is only going to be a microcosm of how what TradeView Markets is going to do going forward as well. We're only as good as them, and we strive to be the best there, and we'll settle for nothing less. Than the same in TradeGATEHub, and that's why we're going over some fundamentals. I could give you a page of trades today. But you know what?
yeah,
Just like LeBron James, when he goes to play a basketball game, he doesn't go into the court, take off his sweatsuit, and start hitting half court shots. He gets the muscle memory. He does a layup. He's done
what
four.
is it? This is 22nd season.
I'm not sure, coach, but you know what?
20. I know it's a 20 or higher.
He still does layups before he takes 3-point shots, and that's getting more important
I
down to
mean, that's
fundamentals.
an Iron Man. I mean, who has gone over 20 seasons in the NBA?
I've
Not
gone.
many
Who's
people.
gone over 20 making supporting a family trading?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's tougher.
Okay, well, here's one.
All right. Anyway, it's not easy. Hey,
No, I want some
listen,
credit. Do
don't
LeBron
do
James.
this.
I don't. I only have
Don't
Alexis
do
helping me.
this
This
at
guy's got a
home,
team of
everyone.
40.
Keep your
Well, give me
keep
some credit.
Yeah, don't quit your daydream, but keep your day job. Anyway, Mike lives it, breathes it, and if you want to get good, you have to do that too. So
Yes.
our plan is to try and keep you on the right side of things, and if we're on the wrong side of things, we're going to tell you we're wrong and get out of the way. And nobody is perfect. So I think the big trades for me coming up this year is first a dollar rally, Mike. I think we're going to get a rally back above where we were about a month ago, just enough to shake out the bears. And then I'm looking for a plunge in the dollar. And that probably happens with the Fed actually going ahead and cutting rates. I'm still very bullish gold. I'm looking to buy miners if we have any kind of pullback. I still think that I have a shot to get Fortuna. It's not making new highs with recent strength, down around 330 to 320. That's going to be one of my bigger picks. And I'm keeping an eye on this dark horse, Mike. It's kind of like the one you recommended.
Sure.
I think we'll get new lows here in Endeavor, and
I'd love to get
I'm
that.
also going to keep an eye on your since you keeping my resolution that you saw some good option flow in SSRM. So I think SSRM is going to make a new low, but diverge, and that it could be a great buy. I don't know what happened here. Maybe it was earnings or something. Oh yeah, there's a big E. So they had a bad earnings report.
You know what? I would rather it be like that because you know what? It's the next quarter after shaking. It usually takes a quarter or two to shake off bad earnings, especially if the rotation might be proper, which
Yeah,
it's looking like it is. That could be the baby out of the bathwater. I'd like them to post again and see how it reacts. That would be ideal. But
okay,
certainly the option flow is saying that, and going forward out to where it is
yeah.
saying that there's something underneath. So that's what I'm saying.
But I'm still a believer in by the relative strength. And when you look at an issue like this, and then you look at an issue like this, like what would you rather buy a dip in, AG or that? So this has already expressed its intentions, where the the other one is still looking for a place to buy.
I'm in Newmont's one of my top 3 picks of 2024, coach.
Okay, I know you like that. Yeah. So I think there's a great buying opportunity, and I think it's going to happen. Should I be right about a dollar rally? And I think most markets come in. Let's really look at what happened in the last couple months.
Okay.
Yields peaked,
Hmm.
dollar peaked,
Hmm.
everything rallied.
Correct.
It's in everything rally.
Hmm.
So if the dollar bounces and yields bounce
Hmm.
back higher, you're going to see a retreat in asset prices
Yes.
for 2 to 4 weeks, and then you just get long the world again forever, I guess. So anyway, that's my view of what I'm paying attention to going into next year. I enjoyed working with you, bro. I think this is our,
That's past tense. Where are
yeah,
you going?
is it, well, I mean, what is it, 2 years or three, or do you know? You're
No,
younger than me, you should know.
so I'm more closely to your age than younger, so I have the
All
same
right.
memory situation.
All right. All I know is it's good chemistry. People comment on that on our videos, how
That's true.
you know,
What I would like to do is interrupt less and make
oh
more. And from the from the feedback I get, people want to hear what I'm thinking when I'm thinking about a trade a
yeah,
little more instead of pontific.
yeah.
This is what I did this morning and why I have it offered here. Why? Yeah. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to speak out loud more, which is people. Oh, by the way, China taking huge. JD, another position. I love it. China taking some nice calls here, but that's
All
what I'm
right.
coach.
That
China.
reinforces that's another when it comes to the dollar and when it's time to be short the dollar, I want to be a buyer of Aussie down here. I
Okay,
want to be a commodity currency since I'm your mentor. I want to be a
it's true.
seller of USD CAD up here. So the commodity currencies have turned. And any this is paired differently than the Aussie. It's USD CAD while Aussie is AUD USD. So look for rallies here and look for a pullback in Aussie, maybe even back to, 65 and a half where this whole move started. And then I think you're, talking about 75-cent Aussie dollar coming up.
Great stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what people want me to do more.
yeah. You know what probably would be for a gold bug from the US? Find an Australian miner where you get the kick of the Australian dollar
Hey,
appreciating against the US
I
dollar
think
and
A
gold price.
I think
Huh?
AEM is Australian, isn't it?
AEM is Agnico?
I believe Agnico is.
Huh.
I'm going to find
Okay.
that, and he
Well,
said,
I mean that's I think an idea. Sometimes you make as much money on the currency as you do on the stock if you have big currency moves. So anyway, I like Aussie. And you know what? That ties in with the China recovery that you're seeing in option flow.
Coach, and they're starting to. You know what? AEO is where? Oh no, it's Canadian. What am Standard Bridge is South. SA is South American.
Yeah,
But there's an Australian one. GFI. Anyway, coach, but you're starting to see positive price action. Do you have a
yeah,
chart? Just pull up BABA.
yeah. I have it down here.
Goldfield is South African. I'll have to find the Australian line. Oh, it is Australia. GFI.
GFI is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
GFI Goldfields, South Africa and Australia. Sexy. Yeah, coach.
There it is.
JD took a nice position in the fund yesterday as well. We talked about it on the video.
Yeah,
I bought JD and I bought Bob, and today I'm in a
yeah,
local order called BZ. Get to know
yeah.
it, boy. Zebra.
Okay. All
Okay,
right. Well,
listen.
I
It's thin volume. This is a Thursday afternoon. We're closed on Monday, which was observance for January 1st. You're not going to make your year in the next day and a half. You certainly could do something egregious and start with a small position, and it could add up to a big one, and you come back the day after New Year's, and all of a sudden you're down. Don't do it. You know what I mean? Watch a couple of TradeGATEHub videos. Ask me a question. Talk to me. Questions, comments, complaints. We'll take them.
well,
Ask,
Mike, on one of my videos, I said I'd been calling for a 111 euro, and one of the viewers said, "Where's the video that you made that original forecast?" And
Mhm.
all they have to do is stream back. It was only about a month ago. So, I mean, you could always just, everything's in the archives for you guys to access if you
Would you
want to
like to
check it
share
out.
my, oh, you know what, we'll leave it there, Coach. It's in the archives. And
Okay.
anybody that, oh, it's the bid. All right.
Okay.
My
Well,
computer.
Mike, I want to wish you a great 2024, not only your P&L, but all other areas of your life.
Yeah,
And
you too, Coach. It's very important to be balanced. Even though we're fast and furious, I mean, I get up in the morning. I can't wait to get up in the morning. I'm not suffocated by it. It doesn't choke me. It's more of a lifestyle for me than some others. I choose it to be that way, but you have to have balance. I don't want to sound like a dork, but yeah. I'm just saying, I've seen thousands of traders from people that could buy me over like Sir Larry 10 times, 20 times over to people that are still in this game trying to make it. They probably got divorced twice and still have the heart to do it. We're in it for you, but you have to have some sort of balance or else it just gets more micro and micro and micro, and you're not able to see the bigger picture. It's just not good.
when I was on the floor, where we would all be right now?
In the bathroom.
The bar.
But one of the two, like wherever
Sign of
the
the trade, sign of the trader across
I
from the
never,
board of trade.
I was never, I mean, I was never, I didn't, like I said, if anything would impair me with trading, I wouldn't do it. The biggest high out there for me.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
It would never
Well,
impair
look
us.
forward to another year of
Yeah,
helping others, building
yes,
them up, and putting out ideas and teaching what we're doing to help people. And we do
certainly.
it all. And Merry Christmas, everybody.
And a
We
happy
do
new
this
year.
for free all year long.
Correct. Touche, coach.
If you want to say thank you, you can open up an account with TradeView. We
Right.
don't push it. You come here, you spend time, use our platform, you talk to us. And how many people out there are doing that for free without having something to upsell you?
No, coach, I think
I
we
rest
run
my
things that we
case.
run, yeah, I do. We run things at class stack. We're not to be here to
Yeah,
pilfer. He speaks on its own.
free,
All the
free.
least we could do is get yourself a demo, try the platform out at the lowest commissions and the
We're
tightest.
doubling our prices. It's free.
Yeah, right, exactly. You know what it
Uh,
costs? Close your eyes. Nothing. That's my grandfather used to say.
All right, Mike. Thanks,
No,
buddy.
cheers.
Happy New Year, bro.
You too as well. Thanks, Alexis. Thanks to the team.
Adios.